On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we're back for the second round. Fight! With my 2011 or 13 Escalade here. We're gonna swap the engine again. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, it's time to swap the Escalade engine again. Oh yeah, you just saw this. You sure did. And of course, you guys also saw that we got the new engine in. It was knocking, and LKQ overnighted us a new engine that's been sitting here for about 2 weeks now. So it's time to try to get this one out today and try to get that one in. And who knows? Maybe we could do both. Which means there's a chance we could drive this thing by the end of the night. It's a really remote chance, and let's be honest, it's not gonna happen. The front end takes a couple hours, but the engine, we might be able to do the engine. Let's get after it. Well, it's been a few minutes. I just crawled out from underneath this thing. The starter's out, the bell housing bolts are out, the torque converter bolts are out. That's basically all the important bolts, as you guys know. So it's time to pull our motor mounts off. We got 6 more bolts and put our lift plate on this thing. I think we're ready to go. We both think we're ready to go. And I guess we'll just find out if we're wrong as we start lifting the engine out. So hopefully this goes easily. I'm expecting the transmission and the engine to separate reasonably because it just went together. So we'll find out together right now. Let's get to it. All right, we're out from underneath it. That means it's time to pull these motor mount bolts and mount up our engine lift plate here. So we got 6 bolts left. It actually goes easier the second time, doesn't it? I'm a little bit surprised at just how easy that was. Let's see if I can get on these bolts though. That last bolt, it's always the one that gets you. I know I'm close, not close enough. I got all the rest out. There's number 4, number 5. We got every bolt out but the last one. All right, guys, we have the engine hooked up. We do have a bit of a problem. Our engine hoist is a bit off center here because for some reason the jack stands just wouldn't go back to the place they were at the last time we did it. So we had it set up better last time, but we're gonna make it work this time. Eric's adding a little bit of lift to the transmission down there right now, just so it doesn't drop down after we pull this, and we should be ready to rock and roll right now. All the bolts are out, we think. We've been wrong before. Yeah. Yep. We got the engine out, it's hanging over here. Time to pull off some of the fun stuff that we need to use on the new engine, the next new engine. Oh no. We don't have the same engine. I just noticed. That's not actually an L94. Do you think somebody actually did the delete? DOD? Yeah, it's DOD deleted.
Absolutely.
What do we got here? What's the stamp? That one does say 6.2 liter. What's this one stamped? 1766. 1766 is the block stamping. Yep. It's got the right block in it. You think it's got the right injectors? And I think we intake swap it. We gotta run the other intake, don't we? Well, interesting news, as you guys saw. The new one doesn't have the valley cover with DOD. So, I mean, it's a bonus in reality, definitely a bonus, but also not as plug and play as I thought. It's gonna set a check engine light and I gotta retune it. But I think we're gonna go with it. Let's get to work. For a minute there, I was worried that our new engine wasn't an L94 just because it doesn't have DOD. Obviously, all L94s do have DOD. But after looking at it, it does look like this one has an aftermarket valley cover, so it looks like somebody deleted this, which is a bonus. We did just double check. Both of them do have the 50 pound an hour E85 injectors in them. The part numbers match on the injectors, so that's a good sign that they're from the same engines. I think we're in luck. So we just need to rip everything off this one, get it on that one, and get that one in the car. Let's keep going.
Many minutes later.
And just like that, the new engine is in. And we were gonna keep going, but it is of course like 1 in the morning, so we covered up all the intake ports with some rags, and it's time to quit for the night. But we'll pick this right back up and get it done. All right, hopefully we don't have to do this again. That would not be good. I am excited about having the DOD delete, and there's our next intake that's going on there. And that's her. This engine should be ready to rock and roll tomorrow or something. Tyler came over a few minutes ago and said, hey, you should start that one before you hook everything up. And he's probably right. I think we're gonna start this one before we hook everything up. And we're back with a delicious feast here. We got it all set up across the crash bar, and it worked out great. So now, after we're done with the feast, it's time to get back to work.
We thank the General Motors for these nugs.
Yes, that's right. This is what Escalades were built for. I mean, let's be honest. Most of the time, it's just people with kids eating McDonald's inside it anyway.
Bumper nugs. Dude,
yeah,
I grew up McDonald's French fries out of the back of my aunt's GMT 400.
That's how it works.
Big nostalgia. It was good. It was a barn door, yeah.
Barn door? We had the barn door, and then we also, at one point, I think we had the single power window. But like, I feel like that's how everyone grew up, right? A Suburban. We had the two-tone Suburban with the running boards, the built-in, the integrated ones, you know. And then another like 90s Suburban, and then the next one we had the 01 that we still have today. That has 300,000 miles on it. Yeah, that one's put in some work. But yeah, it's like, you know, the most reliable classic family hauler of all time, the Suburban Escalade, Tahoe, Denali, Yukon,
box that holds people,
Hummer. All right, let's get back to work. Well, it looks like we didn't get anything done, but we got everything done except for the intake and accessories and the wiring. So all the bolts are back in now, torque converter, bell housing, all the nuts that hold everything on to all those brackets. It's actually a ton of work. We've been here for like 2 or 3 hours, and we got, well, 2 hours? Yeah. And we got basically all of it done. So now I can come back and do the easy stuff that you can do by yourself. One thing that's hard to do by yourself is the torque converter bolts, because you have to get in, get out, get in, get out, get out. It takes all night. But if you got 2 people like Jake out here turning the crank, it goes pretty quickly. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. Hopefully next time we start this. That's what we're down to here. Tyler came over and said, you should probably start it before you put everything on the engine. But I was like, with the LS, you kind of have to have everything on the engine to start it. So it's like a chicken egg scenario. We pretty much have to put everything back.
I'll just crank it over right now.
I don't have to.
Be fine.
I did leave the starter out because we got to finish the wiring up. But yeah, plug in the sensors, put the accessories back on, put the intake on. We are very close. So, you know, I can't ask for more than that. It's maybe 2 more hours of work until she starts. So, yeah.
Very motivated 2 hours.
Yeah.
Not 2 hours right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least it's a nice night, I gotta say. But we're out of here. What am I gonna say? Something around 2.
We're gonna blow this Escalade up because we're not working on cars anymore. Let's get after it.
That's going at the end of the video. Ooh. They did? Are they bright? They look pretty good. All right. Give her a twist, man. Give her a twist. I know, but go ahead. All right.
Sounds right.
It did sound better. Let's plug in the coils. I'm just gonna stand on the old alternator here. It's a great place to stand.